Hello everyone. It's Melissa. Whoa, we're tipping. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in, but let's start over. Hello everyone. My name is Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. That was the most perfect thing that could have happened. It was totally accident, but it worked out really well because this is my craft and chat series. So welcome. I already said this, but I'm chatty, we're crafty, you know, we do all the things here. So, like chatting and crafting. My name is Melissa from stampwithmelissa.com. I live in Minnesota. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator of about 8.5 years as of the time that I am filming this. I have a callus on my hand that I'm currently picking at, which I probably shouldn't, but here we are. And I'm doing it anyway. So, welcome to today's video. I polled on Instagram back a while ago, maybe even like a whole year ago. It's been a long time. I used to do, like, I don't know what you'd call it, standalone Saturday videos on YouTube where I would just like create something and we would just like do it together through a video. And I miss doing them so much. I really miss doing them. And so I asked on Instagram if people would be interested in me doing those again. And the overwhelming response was absolutely yes. I got one no, so she's probably not here watching anyway. The person who said no is not here, let's be honest. So for all of you who said yes, or for all of you who didn't vote and you're here anyway, welcome. Here's the thing. I'm not really going to edit this, as you saw from that tilting thing. I could make this polished and pretty, but like, I don't want to make this like not what it is, you know? So we're just going to hang out together and we're going to have story time. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, all that good stuff. So today's project is that I need to make a wedding card, and I'm going to go ahead and pick out some of the stuff I'm using, and then I'm going to hook you up. This is my mount right here that you can see on the screen. I'm going to hook you up into this so that you can see as I create, and we're just going to have fun together. So I hope you will join me. All right, folks, so here's the deal. Before we get started, I know you can see my lights here. I do apologize, but I love my glass mat too much that I can't take it away. So I have so many lights on because I'm in the basement, and that's just what we're dealing with. So, okay, I'm making a wedding card. This is for one of my best friends from high school. We also went to college together for a little while until he actually switched to a different school, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But anyway, he's getting married, and I need to make an out of this world stellar awesome card for him and his soon spouse, I guess. So anyway, I picked changing leaves because I think I really wanted to use carrying leaves because I like the size of those leaves, but I really don't want a fussy cut. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. And then I grabbed these two sets for sentiments. This one, I like this, Overjoyed for You in this new Jersey. Wow, Melissa, you can't talk today. Journey, or Wishing You So Much Joy on the Special Day, which would both be really good. But then there's also this Congratulations. And then this one that says, This is only the beginning of a life filled with love. And I think that those are really, really sweet sentiments. So we just have to see. I think this one for sure is going to go on the inside, but I don't know what size I'm going to want for the outside. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I think we're going to go, I'm back and forth on this. Let me pull out my DSP, because that might help me decide on a card base color. I was going to use basic beige. That might look kind of nice. They're like, I actually don't even think, obviously I'm filming this before the wedding, and it's coming out on YouTube after the wedding, and so I will share a picture if I can, but I actually don't even think that they have a wedding party. And so, from what I know is that things are very like green, like the pictures and stuff, it's very greenery. And so I kind of wanted to like embrace that with like the wood pattern. And so I'm just really trying to decide like which wood pattern do I want. Oh, that would be pretty, but it's too small of a piece. Again, that would have to go this way. Okay, so I think we'll use this one because I like this one. And so I'm not committing yet to cutting it, but I think basic beige would look nice with that. Although, yeah, and maybe actually what I'll do, maybe I could die cut some of the leaves out of the paper. Ooh. So you can tell here, we're just like, we're shooting the breeze. We're just going as we go. This is kind of like my creative process a little bit. So I went on Pinterest and I looked up wedding cards and I found this really pretty one that I can't show you because I forgot to bring my iPad down here, which has the picture. But what I'm doing is I kind of remembered the fold, and that was the main reason, I guess, that I liked the card. So I've got a sheet of 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut it on this way. So this is like atypical. This is not where you'd usually cut, but I'm going to cut it at 5.5. So it's now 5.5 by 11. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 4.25. And then I'm going to score it at 8.5, which is 4.25 times 2. Because the cool thing about this card is then it's going to like fold in, and then this piece is going to fold like this. And I might just like, okay, so this piece I'm going to cut an angle at. I want the angle to go, which way do I want it to be? Like that? Or like, I think I want it that way. So this side is the shorter and this bottom one is longer, and I'm not lining these up anywhere specific. All right, we can, because in case you want to case this. Oh, I would have cut in the wrong spot though. Good thing I checked first. Okay, so let's line up this bottom point at like 1/2 inch and this top point at like 1 3/4. I think that's good. Maybe a little skinnier than I would have actually liked it to be, but it's fine. Okay, and then I'm just going to shave off a little bit of this other edge because did you see when I folded it, it kind of like, it's bubbling and I don't want that. So I'm going to just shave off a teensy bit. Like even I'm just scooting this over to the black edge or the dark gray edge of that. And just an itty bit, right? So that can fold over like this. Oh, that's going to look so cool. Okay, so there's that. Let me grab my bone folder because I like my creases to be nice and burnished. Burnished is such a funny word too, don't you think? Every time I say it, I'm like, I don't know that I'm saying the right word. Okay, so we've got that. So this piece here, because we shaved off a little, I want to put something pretty on here. Do I want to emboss? I probably do. Okay, so let's scooch some things over. And I am going to grab my Basic Beige out again. This is my scrap of Basic Beige, and I actually have a piece that'll work. Look at that. And so I'm going to cut this at 4. Even though we cut just a smidge off the edge, I'm not going to worry about it. So 4 by 5.25. Okay, and then we're going to emboss this. And I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, maybe the distressed tile embossing folder. Let me pull out some options. I want something that's kind of subtle. Like, I think the fern one would take too much away from the leaves that I want to add later. Oh, I could use timber. I don't even know why I didn't remember this. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite embossing folder ever. You may have noticed if you watch me often, you may notice I use this folder a lot, and it's just because it's the prettiest one. I love it so much. So let's pull this guy in. And this is a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to want a number 1 plate. And we've got our folder down, and then we want the number 4 plate on top. We will crank this through. And beautiful. I love it. Okay, so I'm also kind of thinking about this, and I'm like, you know, his colors are like, it's greenery, right? But do we think that like Lost Lagoon and like a soft seafoam might make a really pretty color palette? Or should I like stick to those garden greens and stuff? I don't know. We'll find out together. This is part of my creative process, you guys. I just like, I actually don't like wasting things very often. I am going to commit to things, so I'm just going to glue them down as I commit. I don't like to waste things, so usually if I'm like, oh, I don't really like that on my card, I leave it anyway, because what else would I do with it other than throw it away? I don't. Actually, I'm probably one of the very few. I do not have like an unfinished projects section. I am very much so a person who needs to complete things as I start them. And I know that's not the case for everybody, but that's the case for me. It has to get done like right away. Okay, so if this folds, oh my gosh, isn't that cool? So this is going to fold over like this. So they're going to open it like this. And so I'm going to do like a big circle. And obviously we're going to use Spotlight on Nature because that's the best die set. I love those dies so much. And I'm not just saying that. I really love those. So let's do that. And I'm going to commit, oh, I'm really feeling like Old Olive, but maybe like Mossy Meadow would be pretty. Maybe Garden Green. What do we think, you guys? And I'm going to use probably this die right here because I like the ridged edge, but they don't have the ridged edge in the second largest. That seems like just a scotch too small though. And I bet you that this, yeah, that's way too big. So I might have to use one of these. You know what? Let's go with this because we're going to have a bunch of leaves that are coming off of it. So it's going to expand it anyway. And it's the one I really wanted to use. Okay, so I am going to commit to Old Olive. Oh, wow. I already have one die cut, but you see those little ridges are already kind of like, and I don't love that in that color. I don't. Okay, so not Old Olive. Look at that. That worked out so well. What if we did Early Espresso? Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. That's the winner right there. Okay, let's die cut one of these out. And oh, I got it, you guys. Okay. I like, you know when you breathe in and then you like get the air down your throat? That's what just happened. I think that what I might do, possibly maybe, is go with the browns and then like Pool Party in Lost Lagoon, which is kind of what I said earlier, but let's pretend like it's a new idea because I gasped so hard that I got air. So, right? Yeah. I love it. Okay, so these leaves. So what do I want to do? Okay, if I use this congratulations sentiment. Ah, I've never used this stamp set. Oh my gosh, am I crazy? Okay, here it is at the bottom. Usually I would mount these, but I'm just not going to do that right now. If I used congratulations, that would be perfect. Oh my gosh, I can heat emboss it in Early Espresso with white embossing powder. And that would be beautiful over the... I'm going to have to do it on a strip of Early Espresso because I want to glue leaves down like crazy. Although that would look really pretty. Well, it kind of cuts off the edge. Yeah, so we're going to have to do that on a strip, which is just fine. We're not going to do that quite yet, but let me just get that mounted so it doesn't get stuck to something else. So then what I want to do, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be pretty? Okay, no. It would be, but no. I want to do leaves. That might be, this one might be too dark. I don't know. What do we think? I actually kind of like that one the best. I just said it was too dark and now I'm changing my mind. Oh well. Okay, so let's die cut out. Things are getting stuck. Okay, so let's die cut this out. And my favorite leaf is the large leaf, but it might be just like too big for this card. Because most of it would get hidden, right? So we might have to just do these smaller ones. And we could do the larger one. What if we do it like this? But we should we use the embossing folder? I'm going to say no because we have the texture here. So I'm going to not, I don't know. Let's look at the embossing folder, you guys. I don't know. I don't know if we should use it or not. We've got the texture in the DSP, so I think we're going to skip it. Okay, so we're going to die cut out these 2 leaves. Sorry if you can't see my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, by the way. All right. Is that going to go off the edge? I think it is. Okay, hold on. I got to pull it over farther. Okay, and then I've actually got a few little leaves from that large one that I could use too. Oh, I hope that this turns out as well on paper as it does in my head. Isn't that always the case? Okay, so we've got these cute leaves. Beautiful. And then we've got these guys. And this is where I'm saying, like, I could use just this piece, these 2 pieces, to kind of just add a little bit. And so I'm not going to get rid of them. And then what I can do is, I'm looking at my inks right here to help me decide. I think I want to use Pool Party. I really do. Okay. We'll do it. We're sold. So if I use Pool Party, I am going to die cut these detailed leaves, I think. And so what I'm going to do, because they are detailed, is I have a dryer sheet here. Now, you may be familiar with this trick because I talk about it a lot. But what I'm going to do is I put the dryer sheet down, and then I've got my dies, and I'm going to put those on top. And actually, I'm going to pull this like this and scooch that forward maybe so that I don't use the whole dryer sheet. Okay. Like that. And then I'm gonna grab some Lost Lagoon scrap. That's good enough. And yeah, we're gonna do that leaf and we're gonna do that leaf. Okay. Can you picture it in your head like I can? All right, we're going to die cut these out, and all the way, by the way, this is a September wedding, so the leaves are totally in season. They make sense here. So I actually, you know, it's funny because I said no to the ferns earlier. I actually took some of their, I wouldn't really call it like engagement pictures. Like, it's not traditional in the sense of, like, you know, I'm not a photographer. I mean, I take pictures, but I'm not like a professional photographer. And this, I mean, we spent more time hiking to this fern valley than taking pictures, I'm telling you. But it was a lot of fun. But anyway, I actually took their pictures. And so it's actually kind of funny that I vetoed the fern embossing folder because we went to a fern valley to take the pictures. So anyway, it's fine though. Maybe I can do something with the fern folder for the envelope or something. All right, so back to this sheet here. So what I'm going to do is just peel my leaves up, and most of those dies stayed behind. Isn't that cool? And the ones that didn't are very flimsy and ready to come out. All right, so we've got these. Let's scooch this guy off. Whoa, so sorry. That was so obnoxious. I hit a bin. Okay, so if we put this here, hold on, there's bits. If we put this here, then we have these guys, and they're like peeking. Oh, I just think it's gonna be pretty. I love it. Okay, so we've got that. We'd have one of those like that, and then potentially, not committing, but potentially with these, like, we could tuck them like under, right, like this, so we hide kind of those icky bits. I'm not committing to that, but that's kind of my vision for this. But what I want to do is I actually want to use a ribbon to keep this whole thing closed, I think. So now I'm looking at my ribbons. We have this really pretty cream one that I've really been loving lately. This one, it's called Cream Woven. That might be like just perfect. But maybe before we do everything, I should do the inside of the card. Because if I tie a really pretty bow, I'm not going to want to untie it. Well, I guess I'm going to have to untie it because I'm going to have to actually sign in the card. Oh well, we're committing. We're going to do the inside of the card. Okay. So, actually, I have pieces cut. One thing about me is I like to always put insides in my cards, and I recently cut like 90 card fronts, and here we are. Okay, so I really do love this giant leaf, and so we're going to use him on the inside. And boom. Beautiful. And then we're going to use that other... Hold on, let me move some things I'm accumulating here. We're going to use the sentiment in here that says this is only the beginning of a life filled with love. That's appropriate for a wedding, right? I saw that and I thought wedding, so I think it is. Okay. Alrighty, so let's mount that. And what I'm going to do is grab my messy scrap paper. By the way, it is September when I'm filming this, and so messy scrap paper game is going strong. And I think I'm going to use Pool Party on this leaf. Ink that up. Okay. And then I just want it really subtly here at the bottom, so not much at all. Cute, just like that. And then I think we'll use Early Espresso for our sentiment. Okay, beautiful, just like that. All right, close that up. Stick those back in their little slots. Add some seal to the back here. And then let's pop this on the inside of the card. Alrighty, there's that. Okay, and now we add that ribbon. Oops, I forgot that those were under there. Okay, so let's see how much. We don't need that much, because I think I'm going to tie it off over here. So we're going to go loop like this and cut that. Make the ends pretty once it's tied. Okay. Then we can go ahead and tie this bow. Do you like to tie bows? I actually don't mind it. I do try to, it's probably like not necessary, but I do try to like twist them so that they're like straight-ish. A little obsessive maybe, but that's okay. And I really do love this cream woven ribbon. It's oh so pretty. By the way, everything that I'm using today is available in my online store, so I will link that for you down below as well in case you're like, ooh, I want that. I don't blame you. Okay, so that looks good, and I just want to twist it a little. It's a little bit thicker of a bow maybe than I want, but I don't know. It's still cute. I don't love it. Hold on. Let's try again. And I don't know why I'm really doing this again, because like I said, I'm going to have to like open it to put money inside and sign the thing. So I'm going to have to tie this bow again anyway, but here we are. I don't know. Do you think that looks nicer? It's nice enough, right? What do we think? And that, I know it's twisted, but what do we think about that? I think that's okay. Okay. So, and I will wait to trim the rest of the ends off until after I tie it when I'm like all done with it. So if we adhered this, trying to think about this. Do we want a ribbon? Maybe we don't even want the bow. I was going to do it to keep it closed, but maybe we don't even want it. Oh, you guys. I can't decide if I want that bow or not. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think, but I don't know. Obviously, I'm undecided. I think because I like it over at the edge here, but I also want this over here. Because I want this stuck on the flap so that it opens like this. And I just think that the bow gets in the way. And I could still tie something and put it at the bottom maybe, but I think that I'm not going to do the bow. Even though we just spent forever tying it and all that jazz. So, sorry you had to watch that for me to change my mind. But, okay, let's add some dimensionals here. Now, I'm taking care, not going to add them on this side, right? So, I'm just paying attention to where those are. Because you don't want any added, because it'll stick here and then your card won't open. So, okay, so we've got that. See, but I want something to help this lay down. Could have done a belly band, but it's too late now. I could have the bow come off over here, but I want to have all those leaves. Let's try this. Hold on. This is kind of ridiculous, but I'm going to feed it through here. Okay. Bear with me. We're just going to try it. And then what if this was tied over here? Okay, you guys, I got to put something on this though. So then if I tied this like here, maybe that would be nicer. Maybe I'd like that. What do you think? I still don't love it. I think it takes away too much from everything else. You know? Okay, I want it to twist this way. Do you guys have like tips? How do you get it to twist where you want it to twist? But it's at least holding this down. I'm undecided. We're gonna skip it for now. I like the look of it here, but then once I tie it into a bow, I'm like, it's just too thick. It just takes too much away. So maybe like linen thread would work better, but okay. So let's go ahead then. I'm going to add that strip of the sentiment here. So I'm going to just put the seal down where it's going to get blocked anyway. And then we're just going to grab these pieces and layer these on. Let's go this way with it. Oh no, that comes off the card. Hold on. Go like that and stick this kind of in the center. And then we'll bring this one down. Maybe have that one go over there. That's cute, right? I think so. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and do our sentiment. So I'm grabbing my early espresso scrap here. We're going to use this piece. And we are going to heat emboss. So I've got my embossing buddy here. This comes in the Embossing Basics toolkit, but it just helps relieve any of that static so that when I put the powder on, it's only sticking where I want it to stick instead of everywhere else. Okay, so we've got that. Then we are going to grab Versamark. Now this is basically just sticky. And I'll stamp this down at the bottom here. Okay, and you can't really see it right now. I mean, you can, but you can't. But then I can add my white embossing powder. Oh, cute, right? Okay, so then we have to use our heat tool to heat this up. I'm gonna just speed that part up. Okay, so here is that heat emboss sentiment. It's like fresh and hot, so I'm not gonna touch it quite yet because it could smudge. So instead what I'm gonna do, and this is just like extra precaution, I have this super skinny Terran tape that came in a paper pumpkin kit, and I'm just gonna rip off a little bit and just extra reinforce these leaves down. Now I'm going right over where that seal was, so we already knew we were going to have to cover that up. But basically then I'm just going to add this on there. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I love it already. So congratulations. This is only the beginning of a life filled with love. It's so cute. I don't know if we're going to use those or not, but we'll see. And we'll see about the ribbon and all that jazz. So, okay. So I'm just going to trim this out with my trimmer. Now, if you have a talented hand and you can like fussy cut around the words, that's probably what I would do, but I am not great like that. So I can't do that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up that S, maybe with the 3/8 inch line. So the edge of the S right there, and just, actually, let's go with 1/4. Just trim off the edge there, and then I'll spin it and line up the edge of the C with that 1/4 inch line and trim. And that's how I get that equal margin on both sides of the word. Okay, so there's that. Oh, it's so pretty. So this is where I do think the ribbon is cute. Maybe I could use the ribbon for the envelope. But like some linen thread under there would be really cute. So, or maybe the vanilla baker's twine. That might be really pretty. Yeah, sold. Okay, so I'm just using my glass mat here. We're gonna grab, I don't know, 16 inches. That's what I did. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just picked a number. And I know we already have seal here, but we're going to go over here. Just tried to add a little more. I don't think it really worked because I have that tear and tape down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both ends in my left hand. Come here. Loop it with my right. Stop it. It's like, I don't want to. Okay, so then I'm going to go this way with it. You know what? I might have to peel off this tear and tape so that everything can stick. Okay. So we're gonna, oh my gosh, I like can't do this. I think it's because this is flapping up on me. All right. Stick this down. Got it, finally. And then I'm going to snake it a few times. So it's kind of like a double bow, but without like the work of having to actually tie a double bow. And I kind of like those long tails. I think that looks nice. So that looks good to me. Maybe we'll use a little bit more of this just to make sure this is stuck down as well. And this time I won't peel the backing off of that one. And then I'm going to use, oh, cute. Yep, that was the way to go. We're going to use dimensionals. Maybe we'll just use 2 to stick this right over the top. Oh, I love it, you guys. I think that's so precious. Okay, I don't think it needs these, especially because where would they go, you know? Oh, come here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use those. Okay, so there's that, and now I just have to finish with some embellishments. So I think the textured dots would be really pretty. Explains why I haven't used them in a long time, because I didn't realize I was out of these. Okay, these are the textured dots. I think that they'll just go with the theme really well. We're just going to add these to the card. So we'll put one there. One there, and let's go ahead and put one up here. Oh, I really love this a lot. I think that's so stinking cute. Don't you guys love that? So I will share picture, at least one picture of me at the wedding. We'll see what comes of that, but I think that that's just so sweet. And maybe I'll add some like glue dots or something behind here just to confirm that it's stuck down. But that is the wedding card. So thank you so much for joining me for this fun little craft and chat. We're going to call these, sessions. This was session 1. I'm planning to do these every week, but we'll just see kind of what time allows and what I need to make and all that fun stuff. So thank you for joining this one. If you are not currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that so you don't miss out on any videos, any future craft and chats. And make sure you give me a big thumbs up too. That really helps me out on YouTube and I super duper appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys soon. Bye for now.